And good morning. It's Wednesday morning. We're going to read this morning from Ephesians 5. We're going to start at verse 3 and read through 8b. Now, you didn't know that verses could be chopped up into A, B, and C, and it depends on where the punctuation is and where the phrases are, because the numbers were added like a millennium after Paul wrote the letter, and the numbers don't necessarily make sense with the punctuation. So anyway, there we go. More than you needed to know. So verse 3 starts, "But sexual immorality and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is proper among the saints. Let there be no filthiness, nor foolish talk, nor crude joking, which are out of place, but instead let there be thanksgiving. For you may be sure of this, that everyone who is sexually immoral or impure, or who is covetous, that is, an idolater, has no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these things the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. Therefore do not become partners with them, for at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord." And we'll pick it up there in the middle of verse 8 tomorrow. So he names all these things that we're to put away. And again, take it off like you're taking off a jacket and throw it away. Get rid of it. Well, that's easy to say and very difficult to do, as many of you know. It's hard to get rid of all these kinds of sins. And he says those who do those sins will be punished, and that'll be it. And they won't have any part in the kingdom of God. And you're going, wait a minute, where's the grace of God in this, Paul? Paul is a believer in the grace of God. Don't be fooled. But Paul is also a man of his time, and who believes he's a Jew of his time, and he believes that certain things will put you on the wrong side of the line, so to speak, put you in God's on the side of God's wrath instead of God's grace. Ultimately, I don't think he believes that's the truth, but he's trying to not frighten his congregations, but warn them away from certain kinds of behavior that he has seen in other places, and certainly have been key in leading some other people astray. And he doesn't want to see that happen to the churches in and around Ephesus, and so he writes this to them. And he's going to go on to explain what he means about darkness and light a little more in the next couple of readings, and so we'll get a little more of this. But he's basically saying to us right now, don't walk in the dark. Now, if you ever walked around in the dark, it's very easy to get confused, first of all. I know an elderly woman who was at her granddaughter's house, children's house, for her granddaughter's wedding, and she got up in the middle of the night and left the bedroom and came back and got confused about where she was in the house and went the wrong way and fell down a flight of steps. Was taken to the hospital. The bride never saw her after that until the wedding, and the bride walked in, and there was Grandma sitting there so bruised that she didn't recognize her, but she was able to be there. If you ever walked around in the dark, you know that it's easy to misjudge the distance to things. It's easy to, walk into the door frame instead of through the door. It's easy to get hurt, to fall down a flight of stairs, for instance. It's easy to become disoriented and go the wrong way, or go through the wrong door. All of that can happen if you are walking around in the dark. And so you need to learn to walk in the light, Paul says. Let's keep the light on. Let's keep the light of Christ on in our lives. And that way we won't have all these sorts of problems. And so I urge you to do that today. Keep the light of Christ on, and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for more of Ephesians 5.